Okay, in this lab I'm going to demonstrate an actual titration, but I have a little pre-demonstration. So here I have some hydrochloric acid. I'm going to put 1 drop of phenolphthalein indicator in it, and notice nothing happens, right? And then I'm going to add some NaOH to it. Okay, and we'll add a little bit of NaOH there. Notice it started to turn pink a little bit. Add a little more and the pink stays and goes away. Add a little more. See it? Okay, if you swirl it, it goes away. Add a little more. Add a little more. Ooh, that's almost a perfect titration there. Getting close. There we go. Oh, need more? Let's go like that. Okay, I over-titrated. But what if I could do this in an organized manner? Okay, where I wrote down numbers with some precision. So this thing is called a burette right here, and it can go down to 1/10 of a milliliter. So what I have now is the starting number on the burette is at 37.5 milliliters. And I could turn the knob here, that's called a stopcock, and I could precisely add this material instead of the way I'm doing it. So what I'm going to do, instead of using a random amount of acid, I'm going to take and put it in an Erlenmeyer flask exactly 6.4 milliliters. And I just randomly poured out 6.4, but I know how much I have. Okay. Now I'm going to add some phenolphthalein. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to start titrating now. So I'm going to add this material little at a time, like this. Okay. And as I swirl it, it turns clear again. Eventually, a little squirt in there. Eventually what will happen is I'll be adding this really slow drop by drop. And if I do this right, I can get it to 1 drop of a perfect titration. So what we'll do is we'll let it drip for a while, like that. And now what happens is the longer the pink remains, the closer you're getting to the correct endpoint here. I'm just kind of keeping my eye on how long it takes. Eventually I'll slow it down quite a bit. And this is why you use an Erlenmeyer flask, so you could swirl it around like this and not spill. Okay, getting a little closer here. Okay, I'm going to stop it. Swirl that. Okay, so I'm probably within 10 drops. So let's just see. Ooh, getting pretty close. Let me demonstrate how to add 1 drop like that. See how there's a drop hanging right there? What you could do, you touch it to the edge of the glass, and it will eventually roll itself in there. So you could titrate this thing to a drop to a half a drop if you're careful. Okay, then 3 drops. I'm going to shake that up pretty good. Ooh, we're really close. I'm within a couple drops here probably. So let's go slow. Put in 3. There we go. Okay. That is, as I shake this down, probably a perfect titration. Let's see. Yep. That's what I like, is the lightest pink that just stays. Okay. And that kind of has to go with how I mix the phenolphthalein. So let's take a reading of what I have here. Let's put a sheet behind it. I'm at 43 milliliters. Okay. So N is 43 milliliters. So the amount used is going to be 43 minus 37.5. Okay, that's how many milliliters I used. The molarity of this NaOH in the tube is 0.100 molar. It's been mixed very precisely, 0.100. You don't have that many significant figures because I only have 2 significant figures of measuring volume. Okay, so 43 minus 37.5 is how many milliliters we have at 0.1 molar. So you could go from moles per liter into moles. Okay, one's NaOH, the other one is HCl. Okay, You could write the dissociation reactions just like we learned in class. There's an example of a dissociation right there. Make water and walk yourself through. For example, let's just make up a number. Let's say this guy is 0.2 moles. Then OH is 0.2 moles. But H and OH will be the same, so they're 0.2 moles. So HCl is 0.2 moles. But how do you find moles per liter? Well, you take your 0.2 moles and divide by 6.4 milliliters, which is 0.0064 liters. Okay, so last step is going to be divided by 0.0064 for whatever moles you come up with in this thing. Okay, there you go.